All right, guys. If you haven't heard of Palm Golf, go check them out. They have amazing apparel. Like we use it all the time. This is one of their hats. They have amazing hats. Gloves are my favorite that they have. They have a new jacket that they just put out for winter.
When you make your purchase, use Birdie 2 Bogey, the number 2 Bogey, as the promo code to get an extra 20% off of your purchase. I really like their stuff. Generally, their towels and their gloves. I own their what is it? Their covert jacket or
it's one of their winter
It's a
jackets.
pullover jacket,
Yeah.
hoodie. It is great.
And it's stretchy, so it doesn't restrict your swing at all.
All right, guys. If you do like one of the hats I was wearing in some of our videos on our accounts, you'll see us wearing the shirts and some of the hats. Grunk Dolpher is where we got this stuff. It's a great company. When you go there, use the link in our comment section or in the caption to make your purchase to visit that site. Great stuff.
They actually have really nice colors, very vibrant, and they fit really well. I know like some people like the high crown with the hats, and I do too. That's a high crown, I believe, and it fits really, really, really well. And a lot of their hats go really well with their shirts as well. So go ahead and look out for that.
Their shirts are really nice too. They fit well and they breathe well too. I mean, not right now because it's like winter, but in the summertime when it starts to get warmer, they are really nice shirts.
Yeah. All right, guys, check them out.
All right. Oh, 4 right.
Not good for the program.
Oh, man.
Get in.
Wow, you're so good at golf.
I'm all right, you know. I'm all right sometimes.
Are you like a tour pro?
I feel like I'm super short.
It does, because they're deep camp chairs, so
Yeah.
we're going to have to get new ones.
That's fine. Oh,
Yeah, that's broken.
almost fell out.
Yeah, careful, don't die.
I almost fell off. Okay. So welcome, guys. This is Birdie to Bogey Bros for our first podcast. We're in Lunchbox's garage, and we kind of just set these little lights up and everything. So
Welcome
hope you enjoy it.
welcome to my humble abode.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so why did we start the channel?
You know, it was funny because I remember you bringing it up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, we should do this because, you know, when we're on the course together, it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of things that happen that we just don't remember until later.
Yeah.
And like, that was a funny thing that happened to us. And I remember having initial reservations because we have a couple friends that are also into the social media golfer thing. And I just, you know, it was about them getting better in their journey, which is great. I like it. I just felt like it's been done, right?
Yeah.
So like, I didn't want to further saturate the market, but then the angle that we took kind of got me excited was like, no, let's just do our regular shenanigans.
Yeah, I just think that I really like watching their stuff because I do like following their journey to getting better because I do like seeing like Arnold and Marco.
Right. And it's fun seeing them because we know them and we like seeing them succeed, right?
Right.
We just, I personally thought the market was saturated with journeys and I didn't want everyone to see my journey in that light. Like,
I'll be honest. I was like, but I want to be funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's our personality. Like I don't want to take it too serious.
I think that's just how we are in general. Like we're just not, we can be serious, but we just don't want to be.
Yeah. And I think I'm not saying that everybody that does that type of material is super serious about it. I just think that if I took that route, watch my journey, I feel like me personally would get wrapped up in getting serious, and that would not be fun for me 5 months from now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like if we, I don't know, for us in general, like growing up together, I feel like anything we take too seriously, there's gonna be a point of, do I want to keep doing this?
Yeah.
You know? And so if we constantly just make it fun, and don't have too many expectations.
Right.
It's
Right.
kinda like, well, then you're never disappointed.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, doing a bunch of stuff together growing up. For example, like when we did paintball,
Yeah.
like that was fun until a certain point when it got really serious and we were doing tournaments
Yeah.
and practicing every weekend and helping run a team. Like that got really intense. And I'm not gonna lie, like I wanted out and I left. Like
Yeah.
I dipped and went to another team. Like,
Like I said, I feel like if we get, whenever we do something, and not even together, like if we get into something really, really serious, there is that tipping point of this makes me super frustrated and I don't want to do it.
yeah, and then when you add the aspect of, starting in,
Are we quitters?
I think we know our limit.
Okay, let's just say that.
I think
Okay,
we know our
that's a good
limit.
way of putting it. Okay,
I think we know our limit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are quitters. Some people might call that quitting.
I didn't say it.
But then adding that further aspect of like, it's going on Instagram, it's gonna be on social media.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not saying that I was expecting a ton of followers or anything, but
Yeah.
if that happened, there's like that obligation to keep the material going for the people that are following you.
Right.
And that's, then it starts to turn, the purpose of that channel was us having fun and sharing that stuff. And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
But when you have a certain genre or a certain goal that you started with, for example, watch my journey.
Yeah.
It ends up being that, and that's the expectation for that channel. And I'm not saying you can't evolve and change it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to take that route.
Yeah, I think if we, like you said earlier, like Marco and Arnold, we golf with them all the time.
Yeah.
And they do that.
Yeah, and they're good at it.
They're really good at it. Yeah. And so for us, I feel like if we wanted to make it our own, this is the route we would go.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously we don't have tons of followers at all. But it's more of like
all 24, 30 of them.
I know, we're happy to get like 1 or 2 a week.
Right.
And that's totally fine for me. Like, but for me, it's just, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like just making content and then like just posting it just because it's kind of like a nice, like fun project we can do.
Yeah, and for you have that background in videography, photography, so this
Yeah.
is sort of that outlet for you to be able to express that. Because I know you said a couple times when we were golfing that that's something that you like doing, enjoy doing. You don't do enough of it, or you don't get to. And this was a fun little way to.
Yeah, I just had all this video equipment from like shooting weddings and stuff, and now that we're not doing that anymore, it's kind of like, well, what am I going to do with this equipment? It's either you get rid of it or you do something with it. And for me, I stopped doing wedding videography because I fell out of love with it.
So, okay, that brings me to my next question that kind of segue, but like editing video for like Birdie to Bogey Bros versus doing it for weddings, is there a difference? Did you get a different feeling from it, and what is that?
It's a totally different editing style.
Uh-huh.
Because like for weddings, it's you do the whole 5-minute montage thing over music, and it's very emotionally pumped.
Right.
And it's super serious, right?
Right.
So as far as like editing stuff for Birdie to Bogey Bros, it's like, oh, this is hella funny.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, this is hella funny.
What if you did a super serious Birdie to Bogey Bro one just for parody's sake?
I think I could. I think we can wing it. I think we could wing it.
Super dramatic.
Yeah. I think we could. Honestly, now that I'm all having like these ideas now, I'm like, yeah, everything is slow motion, cinematic bars. And
You just gotta change the music here, put a different tune there, and all of a sudden,
audio.
yeah.
Just pure like adrenaline music going on.
Hans Zimmer doing the score.
Yeah. I think we could. I think that could be a fun project.
No, that's awesome. I think it's great that like, because I wouldn't have done it. Like, let's be honest. I wouldn't have filmed and edited stuff. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I feel like there's a big learning curve there.
Yeah.
And I might be up to the task, just not right now.
Dude, it's hard. I'm actually really lucky to have that I had all this equipment and like the editing software and hardware to do it. Like there's a lot of people that have been pondering that I know of, been pondering on making YouTube, but they just don't have the equipment for it. And I'm kind of like, yeah, it's expensive, dude. I'm lucky I have it already because of weddings, but
yeah. And that seems kind of crazy though. Like it almost seems like if you have to have all the good stuff if you want to start out,
yeah,
or like have a really, really magnetic personality.
yeah,
Because no one's gonna sit through a grainy video if you're not entertaining, right?
yeah.
And yeah, so
Well, it's kind of like how we go through YouTube, right? And we're like, you watch something 30 seconds and you're like, eh.
and it's not to say like just not my bag of tea. It's not that there's not a market for it, right?
Right.
It's just not what it doesn't resonate with us.
It doesn't have not necessarily it doesn't resonate with anybody, but just for me, I'm like, yeah. So it's for me if the way I shoot it and the way I edit it, I'm like, well, would I sit through it? Like if I saw it on YouTube randomly and I'm like, I'll watch this real quick, and if I'm like, then I'm like, okay, well we gotta think about the next video, like how we're gonna make it more compelling and stuff like that. So
yeah, and that's kind of like what I said earlier is you sort of get tied to as you develop a following, like what are my followers going to like versus as we start out, like we're just starting out and it's like what do I want people to see?
Yeah. Okay, maximum amount of time you should spend looking for a golf ball.
Oh yeah, so I mean, one of the things when we get on the golf course, being a new player, at least for me, I'm always self-conscious of, am I taking too much time? Because generally, when I started playing again, I was playing with you and whoever you played with, and everyone had been, has been playing through the pandemic, and I just picked up my bag of clubs and not having touched them for like 10 years, right? So clearly, I'm the one that's the sucky one.
I wouldn't say you're the sucky one. You're just getting better.
Let's just say I took the most amount of swings. Let's put it that way. So like I did get self-conscious about, okay, look, I feel like I have to hit the ball 3 times before we get to everyone's second shot, right? There were a few.
Yeah.
So I got self-conscious, you know what I mean? But looking back at it, I don't know that every golfer through the pandemic that picked it up has that in their brain where it's like, look, I'm taking too much time. I got to pick this ball up because I'm looking back at the tee box. For example, like if I'm on my 3rd shot and I'm looking back at the tee box and there's people there, I'm just picking up.
Well, I feel like for me, if there's people in the tee box, that's not my main concern. It's when, like, say that you're golfing with like 3 other guys, right? Or girls. But like, you say that everyone hits it, we're all in the fairway, right? And then say that you're like looking for your ball, same level, right? Same distance.
Yeah.
But everyone's done hitting.
Oh yeah, you definitely
pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up or just drop somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. Take the penalty.
Yeah.
It's we're not
because you're not holding up play, you're just delaying yourself to give yourself more time. Enough time before it's now your turn.
It's crazy. But yeah, no, I agree. Like there is a certain amount of time that you should spend looking for your ball. And I think, like you said, if everyone's done hitting and you still haven't found your ball, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to do the whole, like, I want to play legit and I want to get my correct, accurate score, say save the round for that.
Right. No, yeah, exactly. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, all right, well, that's all well and good, but then what happens when you're making everyone late, like including your group and the group behind you?
Right.
Then it's an issue. You need to pick it up.
So what are your thoughts then on like giving people a heads up that, hey, I'm gonna play serious? Do you do that? Like I know we don't do that because we're always semi.
Oh yeah.
We're never really serious.
No. I go to every round serious.
Up until the second hole.
When I'm 3 over. I'm gonna shoot low today. I'm gonna be sober. Come back 9. It's a different story.
Okay, so you personally, you play by feel how things are going throughout the day, and you evolve and change throughout the round. Okay, that makes sense.
So I'm kind of like, I'll go through the round, like, I'll come in, like, okay, I want to see how well I'm shooting today. And then you kind of get a feel, like, the first 3 holes, right? You're like, okay, well, first 3 holes, then you kind of figure out your miss, then you can kind of get back on track. But if by the back 9, you don't have it figured out, oh, I'm getting smashed.
Okay, let's say you're 1 under, right? You're 1 under par on
Back
the
9?
18th hole.
Oh, on the 18th hole?
On the 18th hole.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a shot. No, let's say you have a shot at being under par,
Okay.
right? Or scratch.
Like, say I'm on par right now.
You're on par. You're on track to have par. You cannot find your ball, and you know it's just like it's in a general area. The rough is just really high. How long are you spending looking for that ball?
Oh, I'm taking a little extra.
Yeah. See,
Because that's
situational.
like a thing. Like, okay, I played really well today. I deserve this.
Right.
Like-
Yeah. No, see that. So there you do have like certain things where it's like, all right, yes, but
Yes. But if it's like the whole day I'm playing like shit, and then I'm just like, I'm going to take my time still, I'm not going to be that guy.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna
No,
be like,
for
all
sure.
right,
I mean,
it's
there
gone.
was like,
Where's the top flight?
yeah, right. And I think we've both been there. I mean, I've been there plenty of times where I'm just like, dude, you guys are on the green putting. I'm still looking. I'm like maybe 10 feet off the green somewhere.
But
in the rough.
see, that's okay. We're all still in the general vicinity of
yeah.
each other, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, by the time we're done putting and you still haven't found it, like you've done a really good job of just like, all right, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, it's fine. Yeah, it's not a big. I'm not gonna sit here with like the next 2 groups waiting for me to finish this hole.
Or like my whole group done putting and waiting for me to find my ball.
Yeah.
And like it's just not worth it. That's why I enjoy playing with Joey. Not only is he good times, right? Not only is he good times, but he always seems to know where our balls are. It's crazy. Pause. But he always knows. There was a couple of them where I was just like, "It's gone, dude. Like, forget about it."
He was like, "We have time."
Yeah,
and then
we have
he'll
time.
find it
And
in
he'll
like
find it
seconds.
2 seconds later. Yeah, and he's like, "Here it is." I'm like, "What? What the heck?"
I know. He found my ball and I hit his.
Yeah. Walked right up to it. That was golden.
I was kind of wondering. I was like, "Oh, that ball felt weird, but nice."
I hit it really well.
I know.
Struck that really well. That
I
wasn't
knew
my normal
I knew
vice
something
ball.
was off.
Yeah. As soon as I made contact.
Yeah.
As soon as I made contact.
What are we talking about? Oh,
How long should you spend? Like I said, I mean, both of us in closing, like, the basic consensus between us is
read the room.
read the room. Yeah. As long as, if you have time, everyone's still measuring up their shot, go ahead, keep looking for it.
Yeah.
But if it's your turn and you still haven't found it, let's go.
I feel like there's that common sense, right? There's that common sense of like,
Not everyone has
everyone's
that.
waiting for me. I think I should just go. I think I should just let this one go.
You would assume that everyone has that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Not everyone possesses the unagi.
All right. Okay, Ross Killer. Okay, so first, like, worst people to play with.
Oh, that's hard. There's a lot of bad people out there. You know what I mean? Like, there's a ton of bad people out there. That's a hard one. I think.
Let me take this one.
No. I got it. Like well, for me, because I'm a beginner, right? But I'm not brand new.
Yeah.
But I am.
So you're aware of like etiquette.
I'm aware of etiquette. Yeah. I do kind of practice my swing. I know it's shit, right? And I know what's up.
Right.
It's the unsolicited advice, right? And it's like, bro, shut up. Like, I get it.
See?
No, but it's for some reason when you do it, I think because we spent so much time together, like it's okay because you know when to do it.
Yeah.
And you'll ask. You'll be like, "Do you want me to tell you something?"
I do feel like I've gotten better about it.
It was worse? You were bad before? Well, I mean, like, there were times where, I mean, now you ask, "Do you want to know what I think?" And I'll just say, "No." Right? And
Yeah.
you're just like, "Okay. Okay, I'll shut up now."
I will from now, like, I do ask now, just so I'm like, just in case.
Right.
If you don't want it, cool. If you do, I'll bring it out, but... I do know those people that are like, who just do it.
And you're like, you just started playing like 2 weeks after me. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear that.
I hate the strangers who do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. They're not,
you know who I'm talking about. Who just like walk up to the tee box and, hey guys, and they watch your swing. You're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then
like that Marshall.
Yeah. So I was like, I hit it, and I'm like, all right, well, it's early in the morning. You know, we have a lot going on right now.
Yeah, right.
And so I hit it way to the left. I hook it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was like, oh man, you got to keep rotating. I'm like,
it's the people that don't know you.
Who are you? Who brought that guy?
Right. And it, there was a lot going on. We hadn't played in like 2 weeks because I just, my daughter was born and we hadn't played.
And it was also like the first like cold round.
Yeah, it was really cold. Yeah. And we also had my son with us.
Right.
And he was like all over the place, which was a lot of fun, but there's
a lot of distractions for those.
Right.
But it was fine.
We did need one extra person because filming with that was the thing. And we'll get into that
later. It was so
later.
funny though.
That
round was so funny, if anything.
Funny, and it was fun after the fact. Like, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get into this whole, we'll get into that a little later. But I think the other thing too is people that, it's weird because there's some people that'll give you advice that are condescending about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh bro, what you got to do is, I'm like, dog, you're like a 20 handicap. Like, shut up. Like, I don't want to hear that from you.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, I don't take this seriously. Golf should be fun. And then they're sitting there like trying to coach you. Like,
you know who I hate are like more than any of those people. It's the douchebags. Like, who I'm like, I hit it hella far and I do this, and then they like always try to talk shit to you the whole round.
Yeah.
And you're like, but they're also the same people who are like, hit it far, but never on the fairway. and then even if they do, like, chunk their wedge, and it's just like, it takes them like 3 shots more to get onto the green. Yeah. And you're like, dude, you might as well just putt it.
No, well, it's funny because like, I want to go back to something you said. Like, let's go back. Like, You know who I really hate? And this is a quote. The douchebags. I don't think anyone's ever said, you know who I really like? I like the douchebags. Like, they're the best people.
Well,
like,
I mean, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, fair enough.
You got me. But no, I agree with you. Like, there's those guys.
And it's always like like the alpha male mentality, that alpha bottom, you know?
Alpha. What is an alpha?
Alpha bottom. So it's like, I just got aware of this term.
Oh, okay. Explain, because
It's like when you're on the bottom, but you're still in control. Like, you still want to be in control.
Okay.
Anyway,
pause.
So, alpha bottoms, right?
So what I'm gonna need you to do now is take a screenshot of the Urban Dictionary. This is what an alpha bottom is. Everyone good with that definition? That's what we were talking about. You did a great job trying to explain that. I saw the effort there. And maybe it's because I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't resonate with me. I don't get it. But go ahead, continue.
So it's just kind of one of those guys that like, who like always like try to nitpick at people, who always try to talk shit. Like little things I'm cool with, but if it's like the whole round, I'm like, dude, no one wants that vibe. Like,
yeah,
because we're so like positive when we play with other people. It's like, like I'm usually like pretty encouraging. Like when I'm like, if someone's hitting the ball really well,
yeah,
or like especially with the driver, I'm like, dude, you're hitting that driver. Like, that's pretty dope. Like, I'd rather do that versus like, oh, maybe you should go practice, man. Like, you should practice more, man. You're putting. You need a new putter, some. Like, you know, those kind of comments. Like, why did I bring you?
I think we have a healthy mix of like positivity, good vibe. Let's call it good vibes. I'm not going to deem it positivity. I'm just saying good vibes and sarcasm. There's a healthy mix in there. that we bring to the table when we play.
Yeah.
Now, I've never asked anybody else that we've played with how they feel about it. I'm just assuming we're awesome and they love it because they continue to play with us.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know.
But do you ever want to ask people like, "Hey, how do you feel about me?"
They'll
You know?
never tell you the truth. That's the thing. Is they'll never tell. They'll tell you the truth if it's good, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. Like they don't want to offend us, but at the same time, like I think you and I are just like, nah, for real. Just tell me.
I'm more of the point where like, if you don't want to come, then don't. If you don't want me to play with you, then don't invite me.
No, that's
if
fair.
you do,
Yeah,
then that's your fault.
I like no, but I'm in the. I get that, and I agree. I'm saying like if you were to ask somebody,
Oh.
like honestly, if you need me to tone it down, I'll tone it down.
Oh yeah. I just try to feel the room.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
like,
I mean we
am I too
both
loud?
do.
I should probably be softer.
There were times like this is outside of golf, like in college when we used to party, where like there were some times where you would look at me like, dude, stop. Stop.
Oh, you mean it like TGIF?
No, we're not talking about my birthday. Yeah, we get passes for those. Like I give people passes for their birthday. Yeah. Birthdays, you get a pass. But like, when we used to go play beer pong and stuff with people and...
because you would roar at people.
It's my thing.
There was like a
Do
few
the
times,
roar.
You know what's weird? Like now that we're like way past college, I'm like, there's times where I look back and I'm like, oh my God, you're so stupid. Like, why'd you do that? Where it's like, you think you're being funny and you think you're being like the life of the
but you're
party,
like, nah, you're
and
an
then you
idiot.
get that person's reaction of what you just did to them and you're like, oh my bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was so stupid.
That was, yeah. No, I get it. And now this took like a dark turn where we're like analyzing our actions and I don't like it.
Yeah, let's not. We're
Let's
freaking.
let's go back to the good vibes.
We're dope. We're dope.
I'm not going to say we're dope, but let's get back to the good vibes.
Okay, we're good vibes.
We're good vibes. Well, we try to be good vibes. There's an active, conscious effort to be good vibes.
Yeah.
And I think we bring a lot to that step. I wouldn't say we're like Denzel. Like Denzel's like good vibes. Good
Yeah.
vibes.
He's like the most, like, if you ever have a bad round, you'd want that guy there.
Yeah.
And for the people at home, like, Denzel's this guy that we play with who's by far the most positive person you'll ever meet in general. Like,
Yeah, we haven't played a couple. It's been a while since we played with him. So if you're watching, Denzel, we kind of miss you.
kind of miss you.
Kind of miss you.
So, which celebrity would you want to play with? Like, in general. It doesn't have to be a golfer,
Right.
but like anybody that'd be just like fun to play with.
I feel like Bill Murray would be good vibes.
Yeah, probably would.
But at the same, there's just There was a documentary that I saw a while back. I forgot what it was called, and it may not have be a documentary. It might have been like a little segment on some kind of social media or kind of a short quip about the Bill Murray stories. Like people, it didn't even have Bill Murray in it. Like it was just stories of people that have met, or have interacted with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And it's just, the dude just seems, based on these stories, like I don't know him personally.
Right.
But like he's just a genuinely funny guy and fun to be around. And I don't even know, it doesn't even seem like he's on, you know what I mean? Like doing it for people. This is just who he is.
Yeah.
Right? So I think like that might be a lot of fun. Like there's things where like he photobombs people. They don't even know he was there until they look at the picture, right?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even, and he just seems like a really chill person to play with. And he golfs. He'd probably beat both of us, so probably a really good golfer.
There's certain celebrities that I would like to play with, but I'm also like, I don't know if I'm cool enough. You know, like Steph Curry, like or like Justin Timberlake. Like they're golfers, and I would totally be like, oh, if they came up to me like, Adriel, hey, you want to play some golf? I'd be like, oh yeah, let's do that. But I'm also like the whole time I'd be like, I feel like I should be quiet. You know, I just kind of feel the room for like the first like, 9 holes.
9 holes, half the round.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like I'd be so insecure. And so I feel like there would have to be somebody who's not necessarily like like too cool, but like really engaging and kind of I feel like on the same sense of humor,
Yeah.
you know? And so for me, I would want to play with like the Common Kings.
I only know their music. Like I don't know. I've
didn't-
never seen their personality pop up on anything.
Well, here's the thing. I've met them.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
I photoed them. I did the photography for one of their
Oh, that's right.
concerts,
Yeah, yeah.
and I met them, and super chill guys. And then they hung out with us after the concert. And so I was like, I love, and they play golf.
Cool.
Yeah. So I would actually want to play with like them. That would be kind of cool. Like Bill Murray would be on the same. Like I feel like Bill Murray even would be like a cool little like group to play with too.
Yeah.
You know,
They'd be
So-
like a fun group.
right.
Yeah.
Like Steph Curry and JT and like. Ooh.
So I would want to play with JT just to see what he's really like. Like he seems super cerebral. Like he's like
Right.
his brain is like up here and he
Right.
like I think that's I don't want to be too descriptive, but I feel like his brain works on a different wavelength than ours would, right?
Yeah.
And so I just want to see what he's like in real life, right?
I would do some stupid shit. Like I would
Explain.
totally like start playing in sync just to see what he would be like how he'd react, and just like start playing on the speaker and like just start singing it randomly, not even looking at him, just to see what he'd do. Like I would do that stuff, and then I would totally be the uncool one in the group. Like I'd be like that guy that you just regret inviting.
That's my role. Don't take my role. That's okay. Because if you want to go that route, I will outdo you.
I feel like we'd both be in that car like, hey, what should we do?
JT's going to be like, hey guys, I know it's like the third hole. I got to go. There's an appointment. Jessica has something
There's
to
a
do.
concert.
Right?
You know, there's this other thing I got to do. So it's been fun. And we'd be like,
Okay, bye.
Oh, same.
That would be pretty funny. I
That
think
would be fun.
that would be fun.
When you step up to the tee, what's your like swing thoughts?
Bro, you think I have thoughts? Come on.
What did you say? Thoughts?
Do you think I have thoughts when I swing? Anyone who's seen our channel and clips would be surprised if I had thoughts while I'm taking the swing. Like honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I think when I'm up at the tee. I mean, it's so much, and like there was a point when like I was really trying to be like, okay, look, like this is embarrassing. Like I'm taking 4 shots before we get to their second. Like this is dumb, and it's taking forever, right? And it's not like no one was pressuring me. Like you guys are really cool. Like you guys aren't like, dude, come on, let's go. At least not to my face, right?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, you feel that pressure where it's like, this sucks. Like we're driving the cart like 25 feet for me to hit it another 25 feet. That's dumb, right? Or like off the tee. Okay, well, it looks like I'm going into the woods again to go try and find this stupid Wilson ball.
Like for me, I'm constantly like, okay, where's my miss? Where can I miss it?
Oh, well, yeah, that happens now. Like I do that now.
And I'm like, can I hit my fade? That's always a thing. Like whenever I go to a new tee box, I'm like, can I hit my fade here? Because I ain't got no draw. It's either going straight or it's going right. And for me, and like most of the time, I'm like, okay, well, set up for the fade. And then it's either going to fade or it's going to slice. So either one, like miss where you can miss.
Right.
And then I want to say like, especially the first couple holes, I'm always like swing like 80% because that way you kind of get to get your timing down, and then you can kind of see where your misses are and like make adjustments. And by like maybe the 4th hole, you can actually kind of settle into where your swing is on that day.
Yeah.
And then that's where I can go.
That's a smart way to play it. Yeah. So for me, now that I have, well, before we took this to like month break, pretty much. It's been a month.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but when we were playing a lot,
Yeah.
in the summer, like I would go to the range, work on a couple things, try and get, and really it was just trying to get my timing down to see if everything felt fine. Just honestly, the focus was make consistent contact. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about aim, don't worry about nothing. Just make consistent contact, and then we'll make adjustments from there.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where it was like, okay, this is where your ball goes if you line up this way. So you're playing with ball alignment a little bit. For me.
Yeah.
So then it got into when we're on the course, it's like, okay, well, this is where the ball's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then the constant thought was, slow your swing down. Slow your swing down. Don't try and kill this ball. Like, slow it down.
Yeah.
And like, when we played Cherry Island, like my driver was nails, and I hate that was never captured. Right? Because that was the best day I ever had with my
Which was
driver.
weird because
You couldn't
that
play
course-
the driver. You shouldn't have been playing the driver the whole time.
yeah, which so
I was
yeah.
overshooting the fairway every time.
But it was awesome. Like it went straight.
Every time.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's recap what we just said. Like, let's rephrase it. Basically, I hit my driver straight and long, but that wasn't the course to do that on, right? Because you miss the fairway every time.
I will say that we played it again from the back tees, and
I probably would have been better off there.
yeah,
Damn it.
like the driver, you could hit the driver, and it would still hit the kind of the meat of the fairway.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was a point where I had that down, and that was my swing thought. And then I got a new driver. I hit that at the range a couple times, and it looked like it was going to be fine.
Yeah,
And then for some reason, my swing fell apart.
Yeah.
Like, it fell apart to where it felt like I was rushing and trying to launch that ball.
yeah.
Instead
That's the
of just
worst of
trying
like.
to just feel it out.
That's
And-
the worst thing about golf is like you find something that works for you, and then the next day you're like, why isn't it working now?
Yeah, but the reason is like you changed a piece of equipment that you were hitting well,
Yeah.
like a dummy. Like you should have just kept what you had.
Yeah.
And then so that's
Well, at the same time, it's one of those like it's also how your body is doing that day,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
that's such a variable. Like
yeah,
like your timing could be totally different the next day because
Right.
if you're sore, you slept wrong, or like something minuscule as what you ate yesterday, right? Where it's gonna like mess up your timing, or if your vision's kind of
yeah,
not as good, or something like that, or if you didn't have enough sleep. It's always all that can factor into like how you're swinging that day.
right.
So like there's days where I feel I'm swinging really well, so I'm gonna hammer out everything.
Right.
But then most days I'm like, it's like tiptoeing into the pond to see the measurement, like to see
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah.
the temperature is, right? You're like, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Is that?
What is it? What is it? Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
warm
all right.
enough.
Okay,
It's
I'm all
warm
right.
enough.
I'm all
It's
right.
warm enough. I can go up to my waist.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, the nips.
So you've seen White Lotus? You've been watching White Lotus?
I haven't.
Oh, what?
No,
Okay.
that's just what I say.
Fair enough.
They took it from me.
Okay, we'll talk to somebody about that.
Okay.
There's a dude on TikTok, right?
Uh huh.
That I'm like, dude, this dude's legit. Like, generally, if I could swing like that, that's
Yeah.
great. But it's like on the green and red, Greg, like that guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. No. If you're on TikTok, you're not gonna know him. But who I think has a nice swing that I wish I could swing like,
Yeah.
Micah. from
Yeah.
Good Good. Or
It looks super effortless, but
Right.
it's super powerful
and like when it-
compact.
yeah, and then you just hear whoosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to hit it like that. But you could pick anybody that had a nice swing, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to hit like that guy.
Yeah. I think for me, like,
It sucks so bad. You can
I know
hit anyone.
everybody wants that 2000 Tiger Woods swing, right? So I'm gonna say let's take that out of consideration, just because that's like kind of like the easy answer. My swing crush is Rory, though.
I feel like everyone would want it. I mean, it's so smooth.
It's so smooth. It's so compact, and like you can feel how powerful it is in his swing, like his momentum and everything.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I can feel that in my body when he's swinging, and I'm like, when I try to do it, I'm like, nope, that's not it.
I
That's
feel
not
like, yeah. I feel like, I mean, there's tour players, right? And I think everyone pretty much had, like, Rory is also an easy answer, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's a pretty easy answer, especially because he's number one, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
True. He's newly number one, yeah.
Right. So, I mean...
But even, like, Scotty Scheffler was number one, and...
His is weird. Like, it's got this...
I feel like my ankle would break.
Like I said, I don't really watch golf, but from what I've seen, right? Like, yeah.
It's something different.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it and it's like, that's kind of awkward. I think my body type, though, Pat Perez. Right? Like,
his swing is actually pretty smooth. Like,
right.
if you actually just watch it.
But, like, body type wise, because I think that's just automatically where my mind goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I wanted to have a swing, like emulate someone's swing,
yeah,
my mind automatically goes, okay, who is my body type and what can they accomplish with this body?
Yeah, mine's Rory.
Delusion. I'm happy that you think so highly of yourself. I think that's great.
In my mind.
I think self, for your mental health, that's great. I feel like that's a great way to feel about yourself. I don't know that I'd tell everybody, but
if you want to tell yourself, that's fine.
I mean, no, it's great. It's not just fine. It's great that you think that about yourself. But yeah, I think, Pat Perez or, I would say John Ram, but that swing looks difficult. Yeah.
Well, I've actually adopted a few things from his swing. Like, I know that, like, judging from how I've seen my own swing, it goes way too, like, far back. Yeah. Almost like John Daly, where I don't have that kind of control.
Right.
So
he doesn't either, so. No offense, but you are a legend.
No offense, but you're a legend. I would love to play with John Daly, though.
I think he would be fun.
I think he would be the most fun.
Yeah, I think you would.
Like, if we were talking about who would play, who's been on tour, or who is on tour, or just as a professional golfer in general, like, I would legit want to see, like, what John Daly's like.
I want to know what St. Andres are like. In
real life, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I'd want to play with them to see if
that'd be funny.
I want to see if they're as funny as they come off to be.
Yeah.
In social media.
It's kind of like one of those, like, I wonder what Tina Fey's like in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, at the same time, like, I know we're reverting back to a question we've already answered, but I think you hit on something where it's like, yeah, I wonder if they are really cool to be around for 18 holes. Because I mean, like, I think that's the challenge with people that are casual golfers is finding people you want to play with and spend 4 hours on the course with. Yeah. Because,
that's a long time.
Right. And it's that anxiety. Like, you get anxiety showing up to the course and be like, I don't have 4 people. Like, I've got 2. There's 2 of us. Yeah. And now we've got another twosome joining us. I hope they're cool. Yeah. And not...
Otherwise, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
That's yeah. There's been time... I haven't had those rounds recently, but, like, there has been rounds in the past years where, like, you have the first hole and you're partnered with somebody, or you just met somebody and you're like, that first hole goes down and you're like, oh no. It's gonna be a long day.
So there was a round so it was right when, like, you were trying to help me with my swing, and 2 days before I had played, because my wife and I had set a tee time up for Emerald Lakes. Yeah. And we were like, hey, you know what? Let's go play again. Like, we've got, you're off, and we should totally go play because our kid's going to be in school. Yeah. We're going to have some time to play. And I just, you tweaked it and you said, hey, change your grip to this. Right? And on the range, when you do it and you have, like, 20 chances to hit a ball with that grip, you're going to pure it by the last 5, at least. At the very least, you have the last 5 to pure. Because your body's just used
I think I know this round, but go on.
It was a terrible round. It was the worst round. Like,
I was like, you just gotta practice it.
I couldn't hit anything. Like, it was more worse than what people see on social media. And it was so bad, and I was getting upset. Like, I was visually like getting mad.
Yeah.
Like, you played with me enough to where, yeah, Paul's not having a great day, but he's compensating by being good vibes, right?
Yeah.
It was not that. It was terrible, to the point where these guys had stopped talking to me.
Ooh.
Like, and I finally hit one that was decent and wasn't even great. Like, it was just decent. And the guy was like, oh, see, there you go. And, like, for some reason that triggered me. And I wanted to be like, bro, I promise you, I do not play this bad. I promise you. And, like, in my head, I was like, I'm going to kill Adriel. I'm going to murder him. Like, the next time I see him, I'm going to be like, don't ever tell me how to swing again. And the next time we played, like, you were like, so, how's it going? And I was like, it's fine, right? Not with the smile. Like, I was like, it's fine. And then, like, I remember you like, oh, okay. Like,
I know how to read you. That's why. Like,
no, but moreover, like, you were like, as soon as I addressed the ball on the first tee, you were like, whoa, wait, because you were going to tell me to adjust my hands. And I was like, nope, I know what you're going to say. I stopped you. I said, no, I know what you're going to say. And I realized that's not my swing. You're like, oh, okay. And I played fine. Not great. Fine.
Okay. Should you or should you not keep the flag in when putting? Or I guess what's your thoughts about it?
I'm lazy, right? I mean, that's the easy answer. I'm lazy. Keep it in. And to be honest with you, I don't take it that serious because bro, like, it's not going to make a difference. For me as a golfer, personally, me, because I'm not that good, it's not going to make that big of a difference for me. At the same time, though, like, the one thing that I did hear is that the one thing about leaving the pin in is that when you go to pull your ball out, like, you're messing the hole up.
Oh, I think Joey said
that.
Yeah.
And that's the one where I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I got to be more self-conscious. Like, and that's where I come from. Like, if it's affecting other people, I'll make a change. So, like, in that sense, I don't know if I'd take the flag out still, but I will be more conscious about not touching the lips. Right?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Mm-hmm. I think I've done a good job of that. Like, not touching this just because I know how much it could affect it. Especially, like, if you're putting and a jagged edge would legit affect your ball going in or out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
However, I leave it in if I can help it. And I say that because
it's a backboard.
No. So my Golf Spy actually made a study about if it's more effective to keep the flag in or out when putting. And it's something ridiculous. Like 70% of the time, the ball will go in the hole more.
Do not tell the bros on golf, like, any social media. They get super irate about it. It's weird. Like, this topic is such a polarizing topic, and people are super mad about it. Like, super invested in what you do. Like, relax.
Oh no, they are. And I feel like that's one of those things, right? I enjoy opinionated people, right?
Right.
Because it just gives more things to talk about. If it's your opinion, cool, and we'll roll with it. But if you're just kind of being a dick, then you literally no one listens to what you're saying, and that's what they listen to.
Right.
I'm a dick. That's what it sounds like.
No, and it's funny too because, like, it's funny that you should bring that part of it up because I feel like they see. It's like one of those things where if you see someone miss because the pin was in, right? It's like, oh, so you should have taken it out. One for the people that have to take it out, right? That's the thing. But they never see how many people make it because it hit the pin and dropped in.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous amount of percentage of making it with the flag in.
Weird that you brought science and statistics into this.
Yeah.
Like that has no bearing on what they think. Right? Oh, you know what I mean? Like it's like they're super opinionated about it.
Well, because someone tried to say on like Golf Digest or something, that says that like scientists have proven that keeping the flag out is better. And it's because they said that there's more space in the hole.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
the flag in, right?
Right.
Common sense. But did they do a study?
No, it's just
my Golf Spy did.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, let me see the study. And then they actually did it, like from different distances, the same ball. And it's just, it's a ridiculous amount of percentage of making the putt than not.
Right.
Enough for me to be like, I'm keeping it in. However, but if like someone was like playing with us and they took the flag out, I'm not going to put it back in.
Right. I mean, again,
like,
we're both lazy. We're not that invested in keeping it in or out, right? Like, we're not playing on tour. It's not a tournament. I'm not going to go, bro, what did you do? Why'd you do that? Like, I saw one where I saw a post on social media. I don't remember if it was TikTok or, it doesn't matter. It was on social media where a guy chipped it on and the person on the green pulled the flag. Right? For being nice. He was trying to help him.
Yeah.
And the ball jumped over the hole.
Yeah.
Like if it would have hit the flag, it would have
dunked in.
It might have. I don't know. Right? But the dude, like, I don't know if he lost his mind, but he did get kind of upset.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you should get upset about it because he's just trying to help.
Right. But
it's all about intention, right?
Right. But they might have been playing for money, so there might have been a little more at stake.
Okay.
And I think the guy that pulled it might not have been on his team. Right? So that's all the context that, but still it's like really.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel that. Because it's like, well, if you would get that upset about it, then put it back in.
Yeah, but at the same time, like...
If it means that much to you, then put it back in.
Right.
And I don't think that guy who pulled the flag would be offended at all. Just be like, I'm actually going to put it back in. I prefer it back in. Like, I don't think it's a big deal.
Oh, he pulled it after the guy hit it. That's the thing. So, like, he hit it, the ball was rolling, and he pulled it. Like, that's what you did. So, but yeah, in that situation, if the situation was the way you...
Like, reversed?
No, if the situation was the way you perceived me describing it, you absolutely put it back in. If you feel like it needs to be in, put it in. At the same time, like if there wasn't money on the line, like bro, it's not that big of a deal. Relax. But I think they were actually playing for money. It seemed like that. I mean, I don't understand.
If it was detrimental, being like, all right, if I make this putt, I'm gonna win $100. I'm like, keep that fucker in.
You're right.
But if I'm playing a casual round,
like I don't care.
Yeah. Like, again, there's nothing at stake, right? There's nothing really. Like, I'm not going to lose anything if I don't make this putt. But if I'm like, I'm playing $100.
Yeah, no, leave it in, please.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
a week of lunch. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of tea garden.
It is a lot of tea garden. There's
so much General Chicken.
I know. Oh man, so many sack references.
Well, you can tell where we're from.
Specifically Elk Grove.
Right. Oh, maybe. Yeah. People are gonna know where we're from.
Shout out to Tea Garden. You can sponsor us if you want.
Best General Chicken in the game.
Legit.
It is. It really is. It's the best.
I know.
Oh, so speaking of food, at the turn, what is your go-to meal?
Okay. Initially, it would have been tacos.
I wish they would serve tacos.
But now I'm considering maybe not because of how greasy they are. And then would you want to hit your 10th tee shot with a greasy hand? Or do you want to bother just like washing your hands and then drying them, and then I know you're not going to finish your taco, so you're going to have to pick it back up like mid 10th hole, right? I'm not saying it wouldn't be delicious. It would be delicious.
So you're just raw dogging a taco is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like you could totally use the paper to hold the taco. Like there are ways to keep your hands not greasy.
That's not guaranteed.
It's not, but I mean, I feel like if you're at the course, you could, I don't know, get a napkin?
No, right. I just feel like there's other chances, there's other food that would be equally as good that won't actually like, it would be more efficient for my hands. where
Okay.
there's no grease on my hands.
Fair enough. I mean, like, I feel like if you wanted to have tacos, you could have tacos and protect your hand.
Right, but like you would also have to make sure that it's just not on a paper plate, or like you have to make sure that they have that paper or they give you napkins. And it's kind of like, would the golf course want you to have napkins because that means it would increase so many napkins on the course, you know? So it's kind of like like if there were tacos, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring my own napkins and baby wipes.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, like, that's the thing, though. Is like, if you really want to, if the tacos were that legit, I don't think I would let the greasy hand stop me.
Okay.
But I'm also not a very good golfer, so right? So like, I don't care. Like, if my score sucks, it sucks. I'm having a taco. I'm not gonna sit there and have a shitty round and not eat a taco that I wanted. Come on now, let's think about that.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find out if I can figure out a different route.
While you're
Like
thinking,
a spam masubi would be dope.
oh yeah, for sure, absolutely, 1000%. If they offered that, I would.
If I have
definitely,
a spam masubi,
hell yeah,
that's wrapped in like the normal
saran
wrap,
yeah,
all for it.
1000%. So okay, so what blew my mind? Okay, so I was playing Ansel Hoffman,
Okay.
right? Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Ansel Hoffman. It was Teal Bend. I was playing Teal Bend, and we made the turn, and my wife, Bev, she wanted French fries. And I was like, French fries at the turn? What the heck? Like, sandwiches. Like, get a sandwich, right? That's what I'm used to. Sandwich, granola bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But she was like, nah, I want French fries, because we also had Lucas with us. So he was like, I want French fries. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be greasy. It's going to be all over. I am so glad they ordered French fries, dude.
I was thinking that. I was like, why didn't we think about French fries?
Legit, it was the best.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, it's a slow burn, so you're not like trying to gobble your shit down,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
and then putting it down. Like, I've seen people always talking about a glizzy, right? Which is for you non-young people, it's a hot dog. Okay, that's what a glizzy is.
I never was a huge fan of hot dogs, but
It is a stadium food. I don't know that I like eating it at a golf course, right?
I just realized a corn dog would be perfect.
No, because you got to put it down.
No, yeah, but I mean, you would have a plate, but you also don't have to hold it.
What?
You don't have to hold it to get like grease on your hands or anything. You
Oh,
have a
because you're
stick.
holding the stick, right? Okay.
Right. Like a really good,
Wait,
like
are you-
amazing corn dog would be the perfect thing.
So, like, I pictured when I was like, what? I don't know. What do you mean you don't have to hold it? I literally, you're probably like, what do you mean you hold? I could see your face. I could see your face looking at me thinking like,
Angel, what are you eating?
does Paul hold his corn dog like this? Are you holding the whole thing like that, you caveman? You know, okay.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, no, that
like,
makes sense.
Like a really good state fair, massive corn dog.
Okay, so to that point though, then if that's the deciding factor of what you're eating on whether or not you're going to hold the food to get grease off, take chopsticks.
You can't eat tacos with chopsticks?
Not with that attitude.
No, with any attitude you can't.
But I mean, like
Like you can't have gym boys and be like,
yeah, that's true. You can't do that. And if we're going that route with tacos, like any food, you could have any food, right? I feel like though, if you had tacos that were pretty greasy enough to where it would affect your game, like get your hands that greasy, that's a bad call. Because then, like, if you get to like the 12th hole,
yeah.
you could get mud butt so fast. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
especially
okay.
if-
That's a real concern.
Especially if you've been drinking on the front nine.
Or if you haven't had your morning poop session yet.
Yeah,
either.
and that's happened. That's
Yeah,
happened a few times where you're like,
a few times. Like
well, I hope there's a bathroom by the 12th hole.
I wake up on days that I have around and I'm like, first thing is bathroom. And if
Oh,
it's
I know.
not happening within half an hour,
You know it's a bad day.
it's gonna be a tricky one.
Yeah, I mean, you end up with a day like that one guy had, where we were like, dude, I got to take a pee at the turn. We go into the bathroom, and all you hear is like, "This is how you swing." Right?
Like a YouTube video playing, like in the stall.
Matt,
They're having their time.
Not a minute wasted. That man was working on his game.
You know what? I would prefer to have it like right before the round, and you're at the course, and you're like, you know what? It's either I go warm up putting or I take my.
I'm taking the dump.
I'm taking the dump.
1,000%
If I can,
of the time.
I'm taking the dump.
If those are my choices, go warm up and putt or go take a poo.
Because after the first 3 holes, you'll probably feel out your putting, right? But you won't feel out your poop.
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to
gotta
go.
wait for that one hole that has that bathroom or that porta potty.
And Lord help you if you've already passed it, right? Like, Lord help you if you've already passed it. Like at Emerald Lakes, it's the 3rd hole. Like the 3rd hole has it.
Yeah.
Like after the 3rd hole, there's a porta potty. And then if you pass that, you're hosed. Like there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, you're screwed.
And it's not like not that anybody else does this on the course or pee anywhere. It's not like peeing. Like you can pee anywhere.
Yeah, nobody does it.
Yeah, nobody does it. No, but if you were gonna do it, you could do it anywhere, right? As long as nobody's around, you can find a tree and sort of help it grow by watering it. Or like you can't fertilize it with poo.
I feel like it wouldn't help water it, would it? Or would it poison it?
By the time it's alcohol induced, that's all water. Like I feel like that's generally all water.
All right.
Or most.
I don't know the science. I'm not a scientist.
You know, I'm just trying to make myself feel better because I've tried to help many a plant grow on a golf course.
I've peed in many a tree.
I will say there is one tree on this particular course that is very vibrant, and I would like to credit myself with helping it survive.
Oh, you're still alive. Like every time
And you have more leaves now. I must be doing the Lord's work, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. I feel like hot dogs are overplayed.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, hot dogs. I think pizza would be a good one.
Pizza would be better than hot dogs. I'm just not a huge fan of hot dogs.
But like I said, dude, French fries.
French fries I could see. Tater tots.
Tater tots, yep. I mean, it's carbs, so you get energy from it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. You're going to see more of this. Let us know in the comments if you like this content. And we'll see you another time.
Yeah. Now or some other time. Catch you on the Menjays.